I'm finding out how to get into every job, and I do take requests. So today I've been researching commercial diving. So this job is tougher than it sounds because you're essentially an underwater mechanic most of the time. But as well as underwater, you might also be under it in septic tanks or oil spills or near freezing zero visibility water. Now, to get your certification funded, I found one single apprenticeship, but apart from that, you're just going to have to stump it up yourself. To start with, you should have a recreational open water diving certificate, probably from SSI or PADI. This obviously isn't cheap, but is fun and easy. Now, getting at least a dozen dives under your belt and a couple of certificates along the way will prep you for the commercial courses. But you should probably go one step further and do specialised like rescue diving or nitrox diving on top of that. In the UK, I found two options for training. Commercial Diver Centre, based in Cornwall, and they do a 10-week all-in package for just under 15 grand, and Commercial Diving Academy in Argyll up in Scotland, which is pretty much the same. As a comparison, that's about the cost of a year of rent and tuition at uni to get you pretty much fully qualified for the job. It includes equipment and accommodation for that period, but you can also split up the courses to do the first 4 weeks for 5k and do it as and when you can afford the rest. On top of that, there are extra specialist certifications and regular fees for medical examinations and refresher courses along the way. Jobs are not easy to find, but apparently it's common for companies to visit training schools to scout the best divers. So being a teacher's pet on the course will probably pay off. There generally aren't salaries for this job. You're working to seasonal short-term contracts or day rates. If you're doing basic lower risk stuff at fish farms, for example, based on a couple of online discussions I saw, it's about 30k a year for a job. Now, if you're looking at other titles like marine civil engineer or offshore deep sea wind farm divers, then it's up to about 100k a year. You'll have to travel around, but tougher jobs will pay up to 1,500 a day for jobs like saturation diving, which involves spending up to 4 weeks at the bottom of the sea doing deep sea welding or electrical engineering. In that case, you're earning your whole year's salary in a grueling 3 to 4 months, but also risking your life doing it. Alternatively, the other route is to go through the Royal Navy, which is fully paid training. If you can get in as a mine clearance diver, for example, that pays 25 to 65k. But once you leave the Navy, that will still require an extra 3 to 4 grand of extra certification for commercial diving. And being active military personnel is not for everyone.